Hello friends, this is Rajkumar. Welcome to our channel Wealth Upon You. In this part, let us analyze and understand about the AGR issue and Supreme Court order on the AGR issue in the last hearing. I would like to read out some statement from Financial Times dated dated February 19, 2020. Can Vodafone survive in India? This news talks about the conflict, and then it talks about that a legal battle kicked off in 2003 and raged for more than a decade. But in last October, the Supreme Court overturned a lower court ruling and agreed with the government's expansive definition. Under the new definition, Indian telecom companies in operation since 2003 must pay approximately 13 billion in historic levies and penalties. In this, I would like to read out one more statement from this news. What are the wider implications? In this, if you see here, in 2016, Vodafone Group injected more than 7 billion into its Indian entity, one of the country's largest foreign direct investment. The retrospective tax demand has cast serious doubt on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's promise to end tax terrorism, and the dispute has become a symbol of New Delhi's indifference to foreign investment. The AGR ruling added to a long line of the retrospective tax cases that have caused nightmares for the multinational companies. Vodafone Idea is still fighting a 2 billion tax case in connection with its acquisition of Hutchison Telecom in 2009. This is just to highlight how the issues are dragged for the decades due to the poor governance, regulatory and judiciary system in India. If you want to know about what is the tax 2 billion tax case in connection with the acquisition of Hutchison Telecom, you can refer Wikipedia Vodafone Hutchison tax case. In this, I will just read out only a few sentences so that we will move on to discuss about AGR. Vodafone Group PLC entered India in 2007 through a subsidiary based in Netherlands, which acquired Hutchison Telecommunication Limited's stake in Hutchison SR Limited, the joint venture that held and operated telecom licenses in India. The Cayman Island transaction, along with several related agreements, gave Vodafone control over 67% of HEL and extinguished Hong Kong-based Hutchison's rights of control in India, a deal that cost the world's largest telco 11.2 billion at that time. Actually, they have acquired Hutchison's stake in abroad to avoid paying tax in India. This is about the case, Vodafone Hutchison tax case. However, in Jan 2012, the Supreme Court passed the judgment in favor of Vodafone, saying that the Indian Income Tax Department had no jurisdiction to levy tax on overseas transactions between the companies incorporated outside India. You will get more details about this issue if you refer the ZBIZ news dated December 12, 2017. All you need to know about the Vodafone tax case. This issue is still not sorted out, so it's still going on. Okay, let's move on to the AGR issue. For this, I would like to read out some statement from the Business Standard News dated Jan 8, 2020. SC refuses to change AGR definition. How the story has unfolded so far. Actually, it started in 1999. The service providers failed to pay the license fee and had to be given a bailout package via a letter dated July 22, 1999. According to this letter, service providers had to pay a certain portion of the adjusted gross revenue AGR as a license fee with effect from August 1999. The government was to decide the portion of the AGR to be charged as license fee after receiving the recommendation from TRAI. However, in 2003, a few members of the Association of Unified Telecom Service Providers of India moved the Telecom Dispute Settlement and Appellate Tribunal TDSAT, questioning the validity of AGR's definition in the license agreement. Then this case went on till 2015. On April 23, 2015, TDSAT allowed all operators petition and set aside DOT's demands. It also directed DOT to revoke the license fee. Then DOT moved to Supreme Court against the TDSAT order. In 2019, Supreme Court, having heard all the arguments in the case, held that telecom operators could not be given any relief with respect to pending license fee claim. I would like to read out one more sentence also from this Business Today news dated 5th 2020. What's AGR and why are Vodafone Idea and Airtel are in trouble? An explainer. In this, I would like to read out what is the dispute to understand the AGR issue. The DOT claimed revenue share from all earnings under the AGR from the telecom companies, but they objected and filed a case in 2003 alleging DOT had illegally included new elements in the definition of AGR, including installation charges, value added services, interest income, dividend, profit on the sale of assets, insurance claim and foreign exchange, which is non-telecom revenue. The issue has even divided the government agencies, with both TRAI and TDSAT supporting the telecom companies in telecom companies. In 2015, TRAI excluded the non-telecom revenue from AGR definition, but DOT challenged TRAI's recommendation. I would like to show you one more statement from this news. The Wire.in, published on 22 Jan 2020. AGR telecom headache, a faulty verdict that can only be remedied by government intervention. Here I would like to read out only few statements. Questionable verdict. The fundamental question before the court was whether DOT could ask telecoms to share percentage of revenue earned from non-licensed activities like sale of towers, foreign exchange fluctuations, income from interest and dividends, gains from sale of shares and so on. Here the court plainly looked at the liability to pay as a contractual obligation and held the definition of gross revenue was broad, comprehensive and inclusive because of use of the phrase any other miscellaneous revenue. Then I would like to read out another statement. This is only unfair since the contrary view was upheld later by TDSAT based upon the recommendations of TRAI, which is an expert body. But it is submitted that this stance taken by the SC also failed to note the dominant position of the state vis-a-vis the private operators, which merited a closer examination of the arguments made by the government. By holding that TSPs had to unconditionally accept government's expansive definition, the judiciary failed in its duty to correct the imbalance of the bargaining powers of both sides. And one more thing I would like to show you. Here the verdict was also incorrect in levying penalty and interest and penalty from 2003. It is important to note that only 25% of the amount that is claimed by AGR is actual license fee calculated under government's definition of AGR, and 75% of liability imposed is on the account of penalty, interest and penalty. Actually, they won the case in 2015. It was favored. It was against DOT and favored telecom. But now their liability imposed is on the account of penalty, interest and penalty from 2003. I would like to show you one more news from the Economic Times dated Feb 21, 2020. Telcos owe around 22,500 crores as license fee. Rest 70k crore is interest and penalty. Here, if we see here in this news, I would like to read out one statement from this news. The unpaid license fee of Bharti Airtel was assessed at 5,500 crore. Vodafone Idea, it is approximately 6,800 crore. Tata Group, it is 2,300 crore. So rest, it was penalty, interest, penalty and interest on the penalty. Okay, let's move on to discuss about the Supreme Court hearing on about the AGR issue. I would like to read out some statement from this Economic Times News, June 12, 2020. AGR order not meant to demand 4 lakh crore from PSUs, Supreme Court. In this, I would like to show you how the hearing went so far. It's in October 24, 2019, Supreme Court has ordered in favor of DOT and asked all telecom companies to pay the amount. However, in Jan 2020, telecast seek extension of payment time, and DOT decide in Jan 23, DOT decides no action for non-payment on pending telecast modification appeal. And then in Feb 14th, SE slams DOT and asks carriers to pay. And at that time, SE was not granting any time for the deferred payment. But in March 17, Supreme Court scraps self-assessment of dues. However, it agrees to hear DOT appeal for staggered payment. In June 11th, Supreme Court has directed telecom companies to file affidavit for roadmap for the payment, time to be recorded, and security or guarantee against the AGR dues. So it doesn't mean that Supreme Court is not accepting for the staggered payment. Now, the question is whether Vodafone Idea will pay the entire AGR amount. I think, in my opinion, I think they are not ready to pay the entire AGR amount because they are in dispute with DOT and they are not agreeing on the calculation of the DOT. Vodafone PLC has already reduced its carrying value of Vodafone in its balance sheet. That we can see it in the Q4 Chief Executive Statement, page number 2. You can see here Vodafone's shares of losses related to Vodafone Idea is principally due to adverse legal judgments by the Supreme Court in India, and the group carrying value of Vodafone Idea has been reduced to nil. And Kumaramangalam Birla also clearly told that they will have to shut Vodafone Idea if they don't get any relief from government. So it is clear, unless otherwise any relief from government or clarity on the AGR issue, they will not invest further money. What I understand from this is, indirectly they are hardly negotiating for the relief from the government.
Okay, let's discuss what could happen in the next AGR hearing. I think Supreme Court will accept for the staggered payment. However, there are chances that it can reduce the repayment time period to some extent. And things are not clear whether it will order telecast to pay the entire amount estimated by DOT, or will it accept to provide any relief to the interest and penalty. Let's wait and see in the next hearing. And my understanding is, even the verdict is against telecast, I think government will step in and provide some relief to telecom companies. The reason is, I would like to read out the statement in the Financial Times. A shutdown of Vodafone Idea could result in billions of dollars worth of defaulted debt and thousands of job losses, with banks and government taking the biggest hit. And the another statement, ironically, the government, despite winning the suit, could see the biggest impact through deferred spectrum debt default, said Motilal Oswal Financial Services, adding that a default of such a large scale could increase India's fiscal deficit by 40 BBS. And during this COVID time, the impact will be huge. And one more option telecast may be having is curative petition. Maybe they will go for curative petition as well. So if there is no relief to telecoms in the next hearing, our government is not acting swiftly to resolve the AGR issue, in my opinion, this AGR issue will be further dragged for minimum 3 to 6 month time period. However, now the COVID and the foreign investment on the Geo platform has changed everything, and more foreign investors are ready to invest in Indian telecom sector. There are news about foreign companies such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon are exploring the opportunities to invest in Indian telecom sector. However, those are not yet materialized. Maybe they are all waiting to get clarity on the AGR issue. So in my opinion, government cannot further drag this AGR issue for long time. So if you have invested your surplus money in the Vodafone Idea, and if you can afford to wait for minimum 1 year period or till the clarity on the AGR issue, surely your invested money will grow multifold as the business has the huge potential to grow in the coming years. That's all. These are all the points I would like to highlight in this part. If you like our video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.